Yep. This is your girl, Keisha Nicole, right here on D30 Radio, the hottest and trendiest internet radio station. How's everybody doing on today? I know that I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. I know that you kind of asked that without intentionally meaning to ask that. So, as you can hear in my background, if you are listening live with me on the air, you can actually hear Aaliyah 4-page letter playing in the background. Yeah. I don't know why. I just really wanted to hear that song because it does not go with tonight's topic of today. Hey, Elisa, how are you, dear? If you want to hear whatever it is that I'm playing in my background and in my ears, you can always text the word listen to 31996, or you can always follow me on any of my social media platforms and you will be able to see how to get into the room with me. So allow me to welcome myself. Once again, my name is Keidra Nicole, where I am here to help you revive your relationships. My platform is not only a brand, but a lifestyle, promoting positivity first within each relational dynamic. Being a relationship connoisseur, author, and podcaster allows me to be open, honest, and creative at all costs. Purple Honey describes who I am and what I push you to be on your own as an individual with your partner. Purple honey is extremely rare to find, but pure. The color purple meaning royalty, while the honey signifies sensuality and sexuality in or during any sticky situation. I want you to refuse to stop at the stars because there's an entire galaxy that must be explored when it comes to your relationships. I am extremely passionate about life and love. I operate in my truth and walk daily in my purpose. With all of that being said, let's talk. Feel free to ask questions, provide topics that you'll like to discuss, and watch the magic of it all unfold before our very eyes. So, welcome. Hey, once again, hey, Elisa, how are you, dear? Great. What's going on, sis? I see you, Nikki. You tuning in. Y'all feel free to like, comment, tag, and share. I promise you, it won't hurt you to do so. It won't. Great. Thank you so much for spreading the message, Elisa. I really appreciate that. You can always tune in to me live every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. However, on tonight, we may be a little bit shorter than what we typically do. But before we continue on, allow me to give you my house rules. The first house rule is that we're going to respect everyone's privacy. Number two, be kind and courteous. Number three, no hate speech or bullying, please. That does not go well with me. Number four, grab you a good drink. Yes, cheers to me. Grab you a good drink. And number five, get to a place where you can truly tune in with me. Hey, Johnny, how are you? Y'all can always listen to Johnny Lumpkin's podcast as well on Fridays from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as he's talking about travel. Listen, even with traveling, that goes in the process of relationships and things like that. Why? Because it just does. I need to go on a vacation and very soon because these kids about to drive me insane. With that being said, we're going to go on a quick commercial break. And when we come back, I'm going to get into what I've been up to as of lately, as well as I didn't get have I done just you know what? That's how crazy my life has been as of lately. I haven't even watched a good movie yet because I keep falling asleep on them. Oh, but I have been tuned into some great shows. So stay tuned in and locked in with me. I'm your girl, Keisha Nicole, and we'll be back after these commercials. Yep. And we are back right here on D30 Radio, the hottest and trendiest internet radio station of all time. I am your girl, the one and only Kedra Nicole. Yes, literally the one and only. Google me, baby. I'm just kidding, y'all. Hey, Pammy Pam, I see you in the room. How's everybody doing on this here evening? Yes, we made it through another Thursday. I know that you guys and gals have seen what I have to say. What you mean? Yes, that is the topic for tonight's episode of Revive Relationships. Now, I will say, I'm in my office area and I'm a little warm now. I got my fan on, but mm, so we're just going to keep it going right here. And we appreciate you guys for tuning in with me. Now, feel free to like, comment, tag, share, or text the word listen to the number 31996. And you'll be able to hear exactly what I'm hearing right here. So let's go ahead on and get into it right now. So the first thing that we have up is what have I been watching as of lately? So what I've been actually into was what was it? 90 Day Fiance. I've been catching up with my youngest daughter. That's our little thing right there, child. So we've been catching up on this show called 90 Day Fiance. What happens is they meet these individuals, whether it's online, well, basically online or some kind of website, and they connect. Typically, one individual is here from the States, from the United States, and another individual is like in some foreign country or small country or whatever they have going on, and they are trying to get here. What I will say is there are two individuals, both are from Las Vegas. It's a guy, he's in his 60s, and it's a young lady, she's close to her 60s. Y'all, these two right here, first of all, y'all just too old to be this naive when it comes down to, to relationships. You should just know better. When you know better, you kind of do better. And however, they're just not doing any of that kind of behavior when it comes down to this particular show at hand. So that's the first show that we've been watching. And who else been getting on my nerves on this show? Darcy. That girl, no, she messed up when she decided to leave Tom. I will say this, when you start acting like that because she's allowing her sister to dictate how she needs to move, how she needs to carry herself in this situation. And listen, your sister is good. She already in a relationship. She moving forward. And that's something that you need to be trying to do instead of trying to listen to what it is that she's saying. Child, Darcy knows she done messed up. And when we go back and they have the reunion, she's going to be looking crazy as hell with all of that stuff that she tried to put on in that situation. So, yeah, I shouts out to you, Tom, for writing that letter, trying to explain yourself, trying to still make it right, even though you know you did wrong. And probably in that letter, she probably would have gotten that information, but she tore it up. Listen, I don't care how mad I get. I'm going to read that letter before I tear it up. And will. I'm going to read the letter. I'm going to know what was said. So, But, everybody's different. Also, in that same light, we have been watching 90 Day Fiance Quarantined. And that's where they are actually showing like their beginning process with all the quarantine stuff, what's happening there, how they're able to maneuver outside of this situation. You have people that are near and far. You have couples that are fighting every single day. It's just a bunch of nonsense, really. But I just try to watch it because I know that's what my baby girl like to watch. Now, 90 Day Fiance, I'm all good with that. But the quarantine part, I can do without. But I know that's my baby's situation, so I'm just going to keep it there. We're going to keep it locked in on it. I'll keep y'all posted on it, all right? All right. Outside of that, I was able to come across this video today. And one of my good friends, shouts out to James Petaway with his petty behind. I would say the other word, but I'm on live and everything else, so I'm going to just keep it kind of PG-13. But anyway, so usually he's very petty about what he posts and things like that. But today, he finally had something good to say. So We were talking about Lil Bootsy did a live, and y'all know first of all, Lil Bootsy, he just be on a rampage, honey. He say just anything that come out his mouth. He been doing some of everything on this quarantine session, and I'm surprised that they haven't locked his accounts out yet. But I get it. He's a well-known individual. I'm not gonna say a superstar, but he's a well-known individual. So we'll just let him have that, right? So with all of that, what has happened was on this particular live, he goes into talking about how he paid a grown woman, super grown in his words, super grown, um, to give his 10-year-old and 12-year-old sons fellatio. Hmm. And he's still not in jail nowhere. Then on top of that, he says, don't tell me how to raise my kids. The way I raise my kids is different from yours. But yet had so much to say. He had so much to say when it came down to Dwayne Wade and how they're raising their kid and how they're being supportive of their kid. I'm not gonna get into the entire gender stuff. That's not even my forte. But anyway, so he goes into don't judge me and all this other. I'm thinking to myself like, but this is what you just said to us. And the craziest part to me is that you had people, thousands of people watching this live and agreeing with this foolishness. And you had his homeboys in the back agreeing like, yep, he taught them how to put on. He was like, he taught his sons how to put on a condom before that age, and that he's building his sons to, now, I'm not even going to say have sex because that's not what he said. To F. Okay? If I was just on the podcast, I would just say it. But since I'm live and it's going to be on YouTube or whatever, I got to try to curtail it. But yes, that's what he's building his sons for, is what he says. And in my mind, I'm like, first of all, why in the world are you going live about this? What kind of that's not a woman. That's a female. That's a hoe. That's a prostitute. Would give some child any kind of sexual pleasure. I mean, I know it's out there a lot in the world. That's why we have the meanings of molestation and things like that. Hey, bestie, how are you doing? And we have all of these things going on in our life, and we see these things, we hear about these things. Yeah, Darrell, exactly. Wow. And you have the audacity to really sit up here and say that it's okay that this grown woman that has serviced you before on an occasion has serviced your 10 and 12-year-old sons, but yet he's not locked up. Really? But now it goes back to, oh yeah, I agree, Pam. Everybody needs to be locked up in this scenario. It is absolutely ridiculous. Now, this is my thing. Now, with that being said, and let's just go back to the R. Kelly situation, because you had these young girls that were at R. Kelly's house, sleeping over, all these other things with R. Kelly. Are you trying to tell me that these parents didn't know? Yeah, these parents knew, just like this woman knew that she was giving fellatio to two young boys, not men, not young adults, not teenagers, boys. Boys. I mean, goodness. And saying that his youngest son, he's the one that really loved the F. I'm like, regardless if you are drunk, high, whatever else you may be on, still not an excuse, still not a pass. I think about my children. I have 3 daughters and a son, and I think about them, and I would be damned if I let any grown person touch them in any way outside of a good touch. And really, that's even a stretch for me, because It's just so much going on out here. And to just put your kids in this kind of, y'all already see they talking about us bad. And I know this ain't no race thing, but let me just make it clear. They talking about us bad. Real bad already. And to add this on top of what that was. And then it's crazy. I know some people was like, yeah, they had been talked about that or whatever, but this is coming out in full circle around the time frame that the situation happened with the young man in Brunswick, Georgia. Like, come on. And we want people to take us seriously? For real? I definitely don't get it. Maybe it's not meant for me to get. But I tell you one thing. If anybody touched my children the wrong way, first of all, outside of I know I have some crazy family members. Between me, the stepdad, just anybody, child. Listen. Uncles, my daddy. Oh baby, that right there. That'll be something. My brothers alone will kill somebody over my children. Let me not say that out loud. Not kill them, but they'll hurt them real bad. Like, real bad. Y'all should see my face, the ones that are just listening to me. It's real bad. If they can even get to them, because I know I will cut up it, as a parent. And then you think that you're justified in saying this. Then you're going to want to talk about the freedom of speech, the freedom of this, the freedom of that. Yeah, I had to take a pause with that, because this man is absolutely out of his freaking mind to even consider that being okay, to even consider that being justifiable. Nobody else saw that video? If you're looking for the video, it's actually on his Facebook page and his Facebook Live. It's if you save, you may want to understand. You're gonna hear some words that you ain't heard in a long time, and yeah, it's really bad, really bad. And so that's just my take on that. I just find it absolutely disgusting. It's, child, I take a sip. Horrible. Why would you? Now, Boosie, sometimes you be real funny, and I laugh at some of the jokes that you do say, and some of the stuff that you put out there. Some stuff, it does kind of make sense. But that, my son, that my dear, that my homie, and as a grown woman, where is she at so I can lock her up? Just disgusting. They're not even developed. Ooh. Bella want to look at a grown man's penis, and now you trying to look at a little kid's? I'm not for it. I'm not with it at all. Y'all stay tuned and stay locked in. I'm your girl, Keisha Nicole, because I need a real few gulps of this drink right about now, because that has definitely sickened my spirit, sickened my soul. And when we come back, we are definitely going to get into the topic of the day. Like I said, I just want to be able to chill for today, not to cut y'all out of what y'all need to have going on, but I just want to have a good little moment for a few moments. Is that all right? Is that all right? Yeah, like that Jill Scott. Stay tuned and stay locked in. I'm your girl, Keisha Nicole, right here on D30 Radio, the hottest and trendiest internet radio station of all time. Yep. You already know what time it is when you hear that tone in the background. We're about to get some birthdays going on around here. So happy birthday, AB Mercedes. That's my girl right there. Happy birthday, Marion Nelson, Leon Von the something, George Lewis, Smooth OG. Let me turn this down just a little bit more. Ooh. Uncle Luke one playing in my ear. Leon Vaughn. Happy birthday to George Lewis. Smooth OG Craig. Calix Ias. I don't know. Lord bless my heart. Shirley Ware. Happy birthday to you, darling. Chantel Mitchell. Sharika Holly Maddox. Happy birthday to you all. And let me see. I know we had some belated birthdays. That was this week. Happy birthday to my oh, I'm gonna do him last. Happy birthday, Willow Boost, Candace Crumpler. Happy birthday to you, girl. Denisha McPherson. Happy birthday to you. That's my classmate right there. George Jones. Happy birthday. Upcoming. That is his birthday, and also upcoming is my big sis, Natasha Johnson. Happy birthday to you, boo. Well, early birthday, Malika McCole. Happy birthday to you as well. Hope that you all have an amazing birthday. Now, last but definitely not least, I need to wish my big brother, my one and only oldest brother, Karsten Adams, a happy birthday and so much more. And, well, you know what? Not last and not least, this is gonna be last and not least. Happy birthday to my ladybug, Naya Pooh. That's my daughter, y'all. She'll be turning 15. Happy birthday to you, baby girl. Mommy definitely loves you. You know I love and appreciate you. I pray that you have many more years to come. And I know for a fact my daughters love to dance, so I already know that she'll be twerking this out. So let me go ahead and get this in for her. Happy birthday to you all. Have a fantastic day. What's your zodiac signs? I'm a Leo. Yes. And if you have a birthday or an anniversary that is coming up or has come up, definitely hit me up at Dear Keisha Nicole at gmail.com and we can get that shout out for you. One more thing. I noticed that you all, well, I'm sure that you all have noticed that when I go live, I have many commercials. I have certain breaks that I do. If you have a business or if you would like a commercial posted up about you, your business, maybe it's your birthday or maybe it's something special that you have going on in your life and you want the world to know. Hit me up as well at dearkeishanicole at gmail.com and we can get that to you and get that on here for you. So I reach a lot of people. So just a heads up. Not only is it here on my Facebook page, but it will also be posted up on my YouTube channel. So stay tuned and locked in with me. We're going to go for a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we are about to get into the topic of the day. What you mean? Yeah, just like that. So stay tuned and stay locked in. Hey, habitual dopeness, what's going on, girly girl? Stay tuned and stay locked in. I am your girl, the one, the only, Keisha Nicole, right here on D30 Radio, the hottest and trendiest internet radio station of all time. Thank you all so much for tuning in with me on tonight. Once again, I am your girl, Keisha Nicole, right here on D30 Radio, the hottest and trendiest internet radio station of all time. So, of course, you can always tune in right here. We are live here on the station, as well as tune in with me after this show on Night Moves on 95.3 Smooth Art. I'm sorry, on 95.3 Smooth R&B. So make sure that you guys tune in with me on there as well. We have a lot of great things going on. You'll be able to hear the upcoming events. You'll be able to hear some breaking news when it comes down to the Kardashians. Make sure that y'all stay locked in with that as well. So let me give y'all a quick commercial and I will be back.
Hey everyone, my name is Malika Crawford and I attend Hardaway High School. I have a 3.3 GPA. I want to thank my sponsor, Miss Keidra Nicole. She has been a wonderful sponsor to me and she's been checking up on me, giving me emotional support throughout this pandemic, and she's been a great sponsor. Like, she's sending gifts and a lot of things like that. So I just want to say thank you and have a blessed day. Thank you.
Hello, how y'all doing? My name is Michael Jones, aka Mike Jones, and I just want to give a major shout out to my sponsor, my doctor, Miss Nicole. You're a real one. I'm just here to tell y'all a little bit more about myself. I'm a student athlete at Shaw High School in Columbus, Georgia, and I play football and basketball. I've maintained a 3.2 GPA and above throughout my whole high school career. I also am a dual enrollment student at Catawba College, a university in Salisbury, North Carolina, and I take online classes there. And I've just been playing sports my whole life and sticking with my education. And I've had multiple scholarship offers to play football all across the country from many different universities. And I made my decision, and I am taking my talents and athletic career to Catawba College, a private university in Salisbury, North Carolina, on a 4-year, full-ride athletic scholarship. And I just want to tell all my seniors out there, keep doing what y'all doing, and keep your head up, and stay prayed up. God got it. This is going to be a big year for all of us.
Hello, my name is Kimberly Pars. I attend Shaw High School and I'll be going to Biological State University for the fall semester of 2020. I'm the oldest out of our university, Fort Valley, and Georgia Southern University. I maintain all A's and B's with a 3.5 GPA, and even though my year was cut short, I know at the end of the road, God has something for all of our seniors. So I just want to say to the 2020 seniors, continue doing you, and just know God got you no matter what.
Shouts out to all of our 2020 graduating seniors right here in Columbus, Georgia, and all the surrounding areas. Listen, I am super proud of you. Why? Because you withstood this time. That has been something I'm sure has been a difficult moment to deal with within your household, within your livelihoods, and things like that. So, shouts out to each and every one of you. I know that you all will do some amazing things because this has definitely shown your tenacity and strength to get through whatever it is that may be thrown at you. So, thumbs up, prayers up, and you have my full on support. What's up, Chef Sam? I am. How you doing? I see you in the room. So we're about to get into this topic of the day. What you mean? So this topic is brought to us by a friend of mine and I. We were just discussing on the other day at how individuals, well, let me just say it like this. It was a friend of hers, and it was a guy friend, and he's in a relationship. He's been in a relationship for a few years now, and all of a sudden he says, I still don't feel like she's the one. Now, I'm saying it like this because in her mind, the not the my friend, so the girlfriend's mind, she's like so in love with this man. She posts about this man. She shares things about this man, like not intimate things, but just her feelings, the way that she feels about him, how important he is, how great of a man he is. I mean, you would think that she had a good man, good man. You get what I'm saying? Like she went the Neo route for her man. You know, that's how good of a man that she presents him to be. And he doesn't say much about her. He's just like, well, I just don't know. And that's what brought me to the point of, what you mean? How are you with this woman all these years I'm more than confident she has told you her feelings. She has said how she felt about you. She has went through all of these different moments of emotions and the shoulda coulda, the not shoulda coulda wouldas, but the dreams that she has for your relationship and for your future babies and life and marriage, and you have the nerve to be like, I still don't know. Listen, for whatever reason, this drop is on point tonight. But anyway, and you have the nerve to say that. And I'm going to say this from an aspect of to men and to women. If you know your true intentions with an individual, don't feed false dreams. Just don't do it. Why? Who are you benefiting by feeding this young lady or that young man false dreams of hope of a reality that you know that that their hearts truly desire, and you just like, I don't know. How do you not know? What say you? Somebody help me out. Help me understand that concept of, you don't know if that person is the one after so long, after you share moments with that person, like not just intimate moments, not just sexual moments, but true moments with that individual. But yet you still telling me that you don't know, that you can't make a decision on if this person could be the right one for you. Like, how? How do you even come to that conclusion? Now I do get, like, if it's like me and this individual, yeah, we've been through a lot. We have, we've experienced a lot of things when it comes down to our relationship and what have you, and so on and so forth, and all of these things. But to literally know that this person is providing all of this giveaway of their love for you, of their passion for you, and what it is that y'all have in her mind or in his mind, and for you to literally be like, I don't know. And not just that, but you try to reach out to somebody else to, well, maybe we can try one more time. I know, that I know that you're in a relationship with somebody else, and I know that somebody else is truly in love with you, and I know for a fact that the love that they're saying aloud has been said to you in personal moments. So you actually think that I would give you me, knowing that this is how you treat people that does that to you and for you? Nah. What you mean? I'll be honest. I'll give y'all a personal situation of my own that happened way in the past. And I was dating this guy. I thought that he was the one. The way that we communicated, he would make it seem like, oh, we about to, really make it. We're like getting to the process and the concept and thoughts about marriage possibly, and moving forward, and getting our kids involved in our relationship. Not involved in a way of they know everything, but just in a way of um you know just we were really close. And I know I shared my feelings for that person, and I thought that's what I where I was at, because of certain things that took place within our relationship. And all of a sudden, he was like, he just stopped talking to me. And I was like, what in the world is going on? How do you just stop? First of all, what you mean? How do you just stop talking to a person that you just been talking to every single day, and then all of a sudden nothing at all? What you mean? Okay, so that was the first thing. Then when we got to the second part of it all, it was what happened around that second time frame? Oh, I know. So then when we finally got a chance, when he finally got the testicular fortitude to come to me as a man, he says, well, I felt like I couldn't give you what you needed. So I decided to work things out with my ex. What you mean? Y'all, I was like hurt. I mean, I'm laughing, but then, like, I'm laughing now because I'm like, damn. But in that moment, exactly, habitual adults, we have very little regard for each other these days. What you mean? We literally just had a conversation that you were considering proposing or whatever you was planning on doing, and then boom. Y'all, this man broke up with me so bad, and then had the nerve to say, but we can still be friends though. I don't want to be your friend. I'm straight on that. Y'all, when I tell y'all this man broke up with me and I was so hurt. I mean, I was hurt now. I ain't about to sit here and act like, oh, I'm just, you know, he just he did what he wanted to do. He did what he wanted to do, and that was perfectly fine. I was hurt. Hey V, I see you in the room. I was really, really hurt by this individual because it's like we talked about all of these things, and the craziest part is he was the one that was doing the most planning. Y'all, this man planned so much stuff out for our future. I was like, okay. I was happy about it because as a woman, that's what you want to hear from your man. Like, that's what you want to hear. You want to hear him dreaming. You want to hear him seeing you as more than just a lay. You want to see him talk about you as more than just a girlfriend. You want to see that future with somebody. And for him to literally be like, I just want to try it out with my other girlfriend. What? What the hell do you mean? And then like a few weeks after that, he was like, "Can we talk?" No. What you mean? No, we can't talk. About what? About what? I have nothing for you. Nothing. Like I'm so like for me, if I'm done, I'm just really really done. I mean, I've had moments where I said I was done, but I knew for a fact I wasn't done. I still had feelings. Everything was still there. Everything was still intact. So, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like I've never had a moment in my life. However, in that moment, I was definitely done because you literally took me through emotionally. You drugged me through emotionally. And then on top of that, had the nerve to tell me you had been in communication with someone else. I mean, y'all, it was crazy. It was crazy. My life was crazy in that moment. And not only did it happen to me in that moment, it's happened to me, shoot. My last marriage, it was like that. So, I mean, you cheated on me. I told you to go be with that person, but then you want to come back and marry me because you was just so in love. And then you went right back to that same person. What you mean? I'm so confused, y'all. Listen, it be like that sometimes, I guess. But at the same time, this is what I realized. It is funny after you think about it, after you go through certain moments in your life and pain and whatever else you go through when you're feeling like that. However, it's like when you come out and then you are hit with the reality of the real purpose that was meant for you, the real relationship that was meant for you, the real love that was meant for you. All that other stuff, you can laugh about it, honestly. Because you realize, because I promise you, in those moments, I was just like, I'm just not good enough. Because I had been hurt over and over so many times, and it felt like it was a back-to-back situation. Even though it wasn't necessarily back-to-back, but it felt like that. But then when I started to be loved properly and started to be loved right now, in the beginning of it, I was a little shaky because I didn't know how to handle it because I was so used to being loved one way, knowing that I needed more. And now that I'm getting that more, is like, wait a minute, what are you trying to do? What you mean you trying to love me the right way? So it caused a little conflict in the beginning, and in the beginning, I also wasn't as vulnerable, because it was like I don't want another "what you mean" conversation. I didn't want to hear that after all of this moment, after all this time, I still wasn't good enough for you either. And so I gave a little kickback. But then when you start to realize, like, that's not what it really is, Key. It's okay. Then you're able to kind of open up to that person, and you're kind of able to be a little bit more vulnerable to your significant other, even the more so. And it just wraps its arms around you in some weird way. But it feels so good when you're able to be loved for real, y'all. I'm not talking about that love whereas we have one argument and it's over. I'm talking about that love that withstands everything, like to the point where as even the core seems as if it's been shaken, and the only thing that you can say is, but I love you though. That's what I'm talking about. Not that stupid junk where somebody have to cheat on you about 50 million times and then you still talking about, but I love you. Nah, I ain't talking about that right now. I'm talking about that real love that even though I have flaws, you see them, I see yours, but we can but we're still able to just wrap our arms around the feeling of it and just be like, okay, I see it. It's coming out right now. Can we handle this situation in this moment? That's the type of love I'm talking about. I'm talking about that type of love that it's more than just the sex. I'm talking about that type of love that you get a thrill just from the intimacy. I'm talking about that type of love whereas, like, even though sex cross your mind, but the conversation is so good, you don't even want to stop that part in fear of you going to lose what y'all were really talking about. And that, I'm talking about that kind of love that makes you feel beautiful inside and out, even though you felt like for years you were that good. I'm talking about that kind of love that sees your scars. Because, baby, I have scars. I have the stretch marks. But to see them and still say, damn, you fine. That type of love. You know what I'm talking about? That type of love that when you love yourself real, real hard and they still kind of supersede the love that you have for you, that one. Yeah, that one. That's the kind of love I need all of us to experience. That one good time. And I'm telling you, you'll never go back. You'll never go back. You don't want to give a bunch of push and pull. But what I will say is, if you are dating someone, if you are talking to someone, if you are in the process of trying to figure out what is there for you, don't waste time. Don't waste time. And definitely don't waste someone else's time, especially if you know they out here going extra hard for you. The least you can do is just say, you know what, you're going to live it too hard and I don't feel like I'm in that same place. Don't have them in a place where they feel like they have the right to do that. Until you give them that right to do that. I mean, and people do play a lot of games. I will say that. People are out here playing games and making you feel like you're on a high and really you're not. They're not even there with you. Or people that play games that make you feel like y'all are going somewhere further than where you are, and really they know for a fact they're not trying to take you to that place. It just sounds good for that moment because they just know how to talk. What you mean? You don't know. Don't play with me like that. Don't play with me like that. Don't come at me with that I don't know. Either we doing it or we ain't. And I know some people can say, well, Keisha Nicole, you always said that you don't base love and all this stuff on time. What I'm saying is, it doesn't matter the length of time, because people are so concerned about, oh, we got to be dating for 10 years before we can. That's the type of I'm talking about. You know what you know. outside of what the heart is really wanting. You know what you know. Because your mind could be wanting something, but your heart could be telling you another thing. And if your heart is telling you something in particular, then just let it go. Let them know that that's not where you are and move forward. Because all these what you mean conversations, you could be with the person that you need to be with if you stop playing around with people so much. Like, go sit down somewhere. You know that girl be talking about you all the time online, posting up pictures, saying how much she feel, how much she cherish you, and all these other things, and then nothing on your end. Not saying that social media dictates how relationships should run and all this other stuff, but if you know that they're going hard, is what I'm saying, because they obviously are showing you how hard they ride for you emotionally, intentionally, like they are showing these things just for you. And if you see this and you're finding this as a moment for you to be like, but I'm not sure, then tell them so that they can either pull it back or try to figure out if that's something that they're willing to adjust with or go through with before you just leave them hanging. Like, don't do people like that. So yes, tonight's topic is called What You Mean. We've been dating for 2 years. We've been intimate. We've been sexually active. We've met each other's families and parents. Like, we've spent holidays together. I'm talking about big holidays together, birthdays together, and you still telling people you don't know? What you mean? And you almost 40 years old? What do you mean? This pandemic should have showed us right there that time is not on our side. Time don't have anything to do with how long we have and when it's going to be our time to come and go. Whatever. What you mean? You don't know. Stop playing with people's hearts like that. Stop playing with people's emotions like that. If you're just not sure, then that's okay. You're just not sure. Who am I to be upset with you for that? I would rather you give me the opportunity and trusting me with how you truly feel, because that speaks volumes, other than you sitting around here saying that it's one thing to me, and then when you out in the public eye, it's something completely different. Like, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. So that's how we gonna play these games. That's how we feel about each other, for real, for real. Nah. What you mean? Say what you mean what you say. And when you're doing that, then your actions will sure to follow. Cause don't nobody have time for these games, man. Listen, I be in my mid-30s this year. I just don't have time. Thank God I have a partner that we're willing to work as a team. Regardless, we're willing to work as a team. We really are. Thank God for that, cause, ooh, child, if I had to start, I knew for a fact I wasn't gonna start over. I'll just be honest. Cause these dating scenes are ruthless, honey, real ruthless. They don't care at all. They really don't. And it's like people are so caught into what's on social media, what is social media saying, how they're saying it, and they're not considering that people have feelings, like real feelings. And don't y'all see, like, For My Man and Fatal Attraction and what's the show on Oxygen where it'd be more of the other race than our race that be killing folks? I can't remember that show. I used to watch that all the time too. um Other little murder shows, how people be killing their significant others or their spouse because they're like, you didn't play it around my heart so much. Not saying that that's right, but goodness, you'll lead somebody to being insane, playing all these games and doing things to people like this. And it's not saying who's deserving and who's not when it comes down to relationships and stuff like that, but come on, y'all, we just have to do better. Or sometimes we'll sit up here knowing that we don't need to marry somebody, or we know that our hearts aren't in the right place when it's time to get married, and we drag these individuals and our partners through just to have the moment. And then what? then what? You don't even want to make it last because you knew your heart wasn't there in the first place anyway. When it comes down to marriage and stuff like that, I'm definitely very particular because I don't want to say the wrong thing, because I take marriage extremely seriously. And I know people are like, well, you've been married twice. How do you take it seriously when you've been divorced twice? I took it seriously. But at the same time, I don't want to be any place where I'm not wanted. I don't want to be any place whereas they're not willing to fight for me, and the fight is just over. I don't want to be with anybody like that. I just want to be loved and give love and be honest with that love. Like, for real, for real. I'll take honesty over anything. Like, even before I started dating and before I got in my relationship, I would always tell people, listen, give us women the chance to say, listen, if all you want to do is lay up, give me the chance to say, okay, that's not what I'm here for. Or maybe that's what I want for that moment. And then after that, then we'll just see what happens. If nothing still happens, just know that if I get in a relationship, don't be calling me. Give me that chance to say that if I want to say that. But I think everybody's so afraid, well, if I tell her what I really want, she ain't gonna mess with me. Or vice versa. If I tell him what I really want, he ain't gonna mess with me anymore. Just be straight up, be honest, be real, because it'll cut out a lot of this confusion. It'll cut out a lot of these broken hearts. It'll cut out a lot of these moments of disappointment. Like, breaking a person's heart is like complete. Like, think about if you have children and you broke an individual's heart. And okay, if you have children and you're telling them that you're going to do something all day, and then all of a sudden you say, nah, we ain't going to do that today, and you don't have no true reason. Them kids been looking forward to doing that with you all day, and now all of a sudden you breaking their hearts. Now you see how hard they take it. Imagine how a person take it when you then set up there and said, oh, I love you, I want to be with you, I want to do this, I want to do that. All these times they're hearing you say your spiel of how you love them, you want to marry them, you want to move forward, you want to do this, you want to do that, you want to grow old with them, and then all of a sudden you disappear, you go ghost. How do you think that makes people feel? Like trash? I feel horrible, man. I felt horrible. So what you mean? Say what you mean and mean what you say. That's exactly what tonight's episode is about. What you mean. Stop pulling people around when you know that's not really what you want. What you mean. Stop saying that you love me when you know that you really don't, and all you trying to do is just reap the benefits, or just trying to hold on to me just in case if you can't get that other thing out the way. What you mean? Don't be trying to pull me along because you're not finished living your life when you should be finished by the age of 50. Cut it out. What you mean? That's just my take, though. What say you? Feel free to hit me up on my inbox at dearkeejanicole@gmail.com. I'm sure that we can have a full-blown conversation. However, I'm just going to take some time today to truly enjoy my family and my friends, and, well, my family, because that's all I have here, because I'm still self-quarantined. But yeah, my family. So be sure to tune in with me tonight from 9 p.m. until 12 a.m. for another dope episode of Night Moves right there on 95.3 Smooth R&B right here in the Columbus, Georgia area. You'll be able to hear some breaking news, some quotes of the day, revive relationship tips, as well as some smooth R&B, some hot music straight off the press. So y'all make sure that y'all tune in with me there. Also, be sure to tune in with me on tomorrow for the Bloom Adult Day Center's morning devotion. I think we're going to possibly do some meditation or maybe another exercise session, because I heard that a lot of people had some great times with that on this morning. So I definitely appreciate each and every one of you. And I think that's pretty much it as of now. Just make sure that you always stay tuned in with me, your girl Keisha Nicole, every Thursday, typically from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But hey, when you're on the podcast, sometimes you could take some time and stop talking, because I feel like I've been talking a whole lot. My throat hurt. Even with my drink, my throat hurt. So make sure that you stay tuned in and locked in with me. I am your girl, Keisha Nicole, right here on D30 Radio, the hottest and trendiest internet radio station of all time. We're going to leave you with a few commercials before we finish out. You guys have a fantastic night, but most importantly, an even more greater weekend. Talk to you next Thursday. Mwah.